The Aviators was made possible by...
When the unexpected happens, the Lifesaver provides 1 hour of emergency attitude reference, giving you the time you need to land safely. In a mission's darkest moment, trust Mid-Continent Instruments.
Now for the first time on TV, the stories and reports of the people who fly and the aircraft they fly. And you are invited in an exciting, pulse-pumping new television series designed for everyone who has ever gazed skywards and dreamt of slipping the bonds of Earth. The Aviators.
This week on The Aviators, we're taking you inside an en route air traffic control center. We show you an air show at the home of the Aviators. We check out the original corporate aircraft, the Beech Staggerwing. And we learn what the AOPA is doing to protect general aviation in America. From the Boundary Bay Airport, this is The Aviators. Well into the second century of powered flight, general aviation continues to play a large role in the day-to-day lives of people across North America. The Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association, or AOPA, was founded to protect and advocate the importance of general aviation. While also providing a wide range of services to its members, AOPA finds itself on the front lines of aviation debates on the municipal, state, and federal level. Curtis and Sarah had a chance to talk to a number of representatives of the organization, starting with AOPA President Craig Fuller.
Craig, can you tell us a little bit about the history of AOPA?
We know in 1939, a few aviators came together and, worried about the threats to general aviation, formed the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association to make sure the federal government didn't overtax us, overregulate us, and that the cost would allow flying to be affordable.
In the years immediately following World War II, the AOPA experienced explosive growth in its membership. This would continue throughout the 20th century. The organization now has over 400,000 members.
What sorts of services does AOPA provide for its membership?
I think one of the best services is the Pilot Information Center. We get almost 200,000 calls a year there and emails from people who want information about how to use their airplane, where they can fly, what type of airplanes they might be interested in, how to service airplanes. And so we're one of those sort of one-stop shops they can go for good information. But we also have insurance, we have a credit card program, and many other things. It's all on our website at aopa.org.
In addition to advocating for general aviation and providing services to its members, AOPA has always published aviation magazines and newsletters. Curtis spoke to AOPA's editor-in-chief, Tom Haynes, under their famous Big Yellow Tent.
Tom is responsible for the form and content that AOPA delivers about all different aspects of general aviation. Tom, can you tell us a little bit about the different magazines that AOPA offers to their membership?
Sure. We actually have two magazines. We have AOPA Pilots, our flagship magazine. It's the largest aviation magazine in the world, and we consider it sort of the magazine of record for all of general aviation, and we cover all aspects of aviation, from the lightest airplanes up through business jets. I like to say our audience represents everybody from student pilots to astronauts. Our second magazine is Flight Training Magazine. It's the only magazine that serves the student pilot market exclusively. That's really who it's designed for. We work with flight instructors as well, and we offer a free 6-month membership to student pilots that includes copies of Flight Training Magazine every month, and very effective for that.
Excellent. Now, in addition to the magazines that AOPA offers, AOPA hosts a huge database of credible information on the World Wide Web. What types of information would a viewer be able to find, and where should they go to look for it?
Well, AOPA.org is AOPA Online, which is our main website. And that's where we house all the information that we create around what AOPA does from an advocacy standpoint. We have industry news there. We have AOPA Live, which is our video channel that we have started within the last year, where we're talking all about doing videos with industry leaders and talking about issues facing general aviation, all in a video format. That's our primary website. We have other web properties or web-related properties, and ePilots, our weekly email newsletter. We have eBrief, which is a daily email newsletter with industry news in it. And we also have the General Aviation Serves America website, which is gaservesamerica.org.
This website and campaign was designed to help non-pilots better understand the everyday impact of general aviation. Enlisting some well-known spokespeople, this has helped the AOPA to attract attention to general aviation.
One of the other high-profile things that I've noticed a lot recently is the AOPA has been working to talk about how general aviation serves America.
You know, we will always have specific battles to wage at the federal and at the state level, but the overarching concern that I had when I came to this job was the lack of understanding and appreciation of the role general aviation plays throughout the country. It really provides the mobility that people need in meeting their business obligations or in personal travel. The airlines serve over 400 airports, but there are 5,200 public-use community airports around the country that our general aviation aircraft use. And they use them for healthcare flights to hospitals, for transplanting organs. Law enforcement uses general aviation. Businesses of all sizes use general aviation. I was talking to a group of pilots one day, and I said, you know, how does your company decide where to open a new facility? And they said, well, they come out, they get in our airplane at headquarters, and we fly to different airports, different communities where we're going to expand our business. So the local community airport is usually a vital piece of local economy. That's the message we're trying to get across with our GA Serves America campaign, which Harrison Ford has been so generous to give his time, as well as Morgan Freeman gives his time to help get that message out.
This message is for you.
While educating the general public on general aviation is a big challenge for AOPA, attracting the next generation of pilots is also a core concern.
15, 20 years ago, there were over 800,000 people in the United States who had a private pilot's license and a medical certificate, meaning they were eligible to fly. That number's dropped below 600,000 at the beginning of this year. And we have to do two things. We have to both attract people to flying, get them interested in flying, but we also have to make sure that when they're interested, they can successfully go through a flight training program. It's really time to ask ourselves whether we have the right paradigm. So much has happened in training in other kinds of areas that I think we need to take a look and make sure that when somebody has an interest in learning to fly, that aircraft is accessible, an instructor is accessible, they have a good experience in flight training.
To learn about how AOPA is achieving those goals, Sarah spoke to Jennifer Storm.
Now, Jennifer, why is flight training so important to the AOPA?
Well, AOPA is all about promoting and protecting general aviation, and it's so critical for the future of general aviation that we have the next generation of pilots coming in. So we don't just focus on pilots, we also focus on people who are training to become pilots, as well as people who are dreaming about becoming pilots.
So you focus on both non-pilots and student pilots. What sorts of services do you have available to both of those populations?
Well, we cater to them at different stages. So when they're considered prospective pilots, and we use that term on purpose rather than non-pilots because we think someday they will be pilots. When they're prospective pilots, we have our Let's Go Flying program. And it has a website, letsgoflying.com, that has a ton of resources on there. If we can become pilots, they can become pilots.
Regardless if you're a pilot or not, an AOPA membership is an inexpensive way to stay informed and be part of the debate on the future of general aviation. With their ongoing advocacy efforts, bundle of informative websites and over 400,000 members strong, AOPA is striving to ensure that you'll be able to go out to your local airport and go flying for another 100 years.
The Aviators, for everyone who has ever gazed skywards.
For more information on today's segments, visit www.theaviators.tv.